Do you see this? Do you see how bright this is? Oh, it's so bright that I have to sneeze. Now my lashes are like stuck together. Great. Hi everyone, so for today's video, I'm going to create a look inspired by a drawing that I asked my friend to create for me. So this is, I draw my makeup, I draw my, what is this? What is this supposed to be? This is I draw my friend's drawing on my face. So this is going to be I draw my, no, I'm not the one drawing. God damn it. I am going to recreate a look that I asked my friend to draw for me. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, and if you want to see how I adapted her drawing on my face, you can just keep on watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos 3 times a week, so subscribe so that you don't miss any of my content. And that's it, so let's get started with the makeup. Alright everyone, so let's get started. I'm so excited for today's video and you're probably going to notice a difference in this video quality. I'm so excited because I bought light boxes. So I have 2 huge light boxes on like each side of the camera. I feel so professional, oh my god. But anyways, so I'm so excited because I think that the makeup is really going to be a little bit more true looking on camera. I hope so. Let me know in the comments below if you prefer this light setup. I think it's a lot better actually. All right, so I need to stop rambling. Rambling like a ram. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I need to get into the makeup now for today's video. I really wanted to do like draw my makeup thing going on, like the trend that's going on where you ask someone to draw a makeup look for you and you have to recreate it. So I'm going to do that today. I asked one of my friends to draw a makeup look for me today. I'm going to put the picture of the look on the screen so that you know what I have to work with. So I was really excited seeing this look because like there is some blue, there is some like burgundy shades, a little bit of coral, blue, purple. So let's get started. As per usual, I'm going to be priming. I'm going to prime using my MAC Pro Longwear concealer. I like to use this one because I trust it with my life. Not really, but I've been using this concealer for years, like years. I'm actually going to do one eye at a time just because, you know, if I do a mistake here, I'm going to not do it on this eye. So I'm going to be using my Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I freaking love this palette. It's so pretty, so amazing. And I'm going to jump directly into the shade called Utopia. I'm going to be using that with a tapered blending brush from Lavish. And I'm going to start and just blend this in my crease just to have like a basic color down. And the look she drew is really like long and elongated, so I'm going to try and like do the same thing. Now I need to use kind of a burgundy shade. I think I'm going to use the shade called Hot Mess in the Huda Beauty palette. I'm kind of scared though to be using that one because in my first impression, I tried to like use this shade to like give a little bit more definition to my crease and it started to look like a little bit patchy, but I'm going to give it a second chance. So I'm just going to blend that shade in my crease. I'm using the eye shading brush from Lavish. I've been using these brushes like freaking crazy. They're really nice. I got them in my BoxyCharm. I think it was my April BoxyCharm. There's not a lot of payoff with this shade. Ooh, I kind of feel like doing something very like inner corner-ish. What does that mean? I do not know. But I'm going to take that shade and like bring it into my inner corners. And I'm going to cut the crease after. I'm going to go back into the blender brush and I'm just going to blend some of these edges. I really love the shape that I created. Yeah, this shade is blending really nicely. It's not as patchy as I remembered, like the shade Hot Mess. It's not as much of a hot mess as I remember. No? Okay, I need to stop. So next I'm going to cut the crease from the inner to outer corner. I'm going to be using my MAC Pro Longwear concealer. I'm going to use the rest that I have on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to cut the crease very carefully. Alright, so I just feel like this line is a little bit too high for my liking, so I'm going to take the shade called Hot Mess on a very small flat brush. And I'm just going to dab some of this shade to make the cut crease a little bit lower. I'm just going to blend that edge, that inner corner. I kind of like the fact that the inner corner is very dark at the moment. So next I'm going to be using a flat brush, and I'm going to use the shade Utopia, and I'm going to use that on the crease. So I'm going just to tap this coral shade on the lid just to have a peachy tone to the cut crease. Alright, next I'm going to tackle the blue liner, and it looks like we have kind of a gradient. So we have like a very pale blue in the inner corner, we have a deep royal blue in the center, and it goes into like a soft purple shade. So I'm going to recreate that. So I'm going to be using the shade called Haze from the Huda Beauty palette, and I'm going to start and pack this in this inner corner right here. I'm not sure how well it's going to pick up because we already have this coral shade on our lid. And because the only like royal blue that I own is in the Morphe 24A palette, and I don't really like this palette, I'm actually going to be using my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, and I'm going to be using these purple shades to create the rest of the liner. So I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade called Not My Journey, which is a very bright purple shade, and I'm going to dab this in the center of the lid. And next, because the outer corner is a little bit lighter, I'm going to go into the shade called Therapy Sesh with the same brush, and I'm going to create a winged liner with this. And it doesn't have to be precise because I do want to do like a very smoky liner. I feel like that liner would look really pretty without the cut crease because we have like really like brown, like purple, very deep shades in our crease, and I don't know how I feel about this really colorful liner. I think there's just a little bit too much colors, so I'm going to actually just take the shade Not My Journey, and I'm going to line all of my lid with this because I feel like there's a little bit too much colors right now. So I'm just going to be doing the same on the other eye, and I will be right back. Alright, so I have both my eyes on. This might not be very symmetrical, but I'm not going to worry too much. So I'm just going to finish up my brows. I'm going to do my complexion. So I'm going to be priming my skin today with the Glassy Balm from Touch in Sol. I've been really liking this because it gives such a nice shine to the skin without having any like glitters or like shimmers. It gives a really like glass, like, I just dropped a whole bunch of it on my pants, that's great. But it gives such a nice like shine to the skin. And for my foundation, I'm going to use my Covergirl Clean Fresh foundation. I've been really liking this foundation lately. I've been using it in a couple of my videos. It's really natural looking. It gives a really nice shine to the skin. It's a dewy finish, and it doesn't have too much coverage, so it allows like my skin pigmentation to still show through, so it's a lot more like natural looking. And I'm not going to put any foundation in the center of my face because I am going to apply a concealer there, and I don't really want to have too much product in the center of my face, so that's why I usually keep the foundation on the perimeter of my skin. And to blend all of this in, I'm going to be using my Morphe M439 brush. It's just a very big buffer brush, so it really blends foundation in the skin super fast and seamlessly. So for my concealer, I really want to try out the Kosas concealer. I got a little sample size to try this concealer out. Now this is a super creamy and brightening concealer. Of course, I'm going to use the lighter shade. This is the tone number 1. I'm going to plop this on the back of my hand. Ooh, okay, so the consistency of this concealer is like really thick. I wonder if this is really full coverage. I'm going to take that with my finger. Oh, I think I just put way too much on the back of my hand. So I'm just going to start under my eye because I don't know if this is going to dry really fast. I'm just going to blend this in with my concealer brush. This color is actually really nice. It might be a little bit too yellow for me. It looks nice. It doesn't have a whole lot of coverage, but I do like that for like everyday looks. Yeah, this concealer looks really pretty. I'm really impressed. It's a really natural finish. It doesn't really have any like, it's not really dewy or matte. It's a really nice in between. All right, I'm really impressed with that. I think I'm just going to set the center of my face, and I'm going to leave the perimeter with nothing on it. So I'm going to use my Rimmel Clear Complexion Powder. I have the shade 21 Transparent. And I'm going to use that with a small e.l.f. highlight brush. And I'm just going to set just the center of my face. But I'm not going to set my under eye area just because I want to see if the concealer is going to crease. Alright, next I'm going to bronze up my complexion. I really want to give another shot to the Essence matte bronzing powder. Just because this was a little bit orange on me and it really did not blend super nicely if I remember correctly. So I just want to give it another try because I think it was around like $5. It's really cheap. It smells so good. It smells like Monoi or like sunscreen. It is blending better than I remember. I do remember why I didn't really like it that much. It's because it's really orange on me. But I feel like for summer, I could probably get away with it. So I'm just going to finish up my eyes. Actually, I think I'm just going to do my brows really quickly off camera. I've been doing my brows very like simply nowadays. I've been like just filling the areas where I don't really have any brow hair. So for example, in the front of my brow, I have like a empty spot right here and also the tail. So as you can see, I didn't really apply a lot of brow pencil in my brows. I mostly rely on the ABH brow gel in the shade dark brown, and I feel like it's so pretty. It gives such a natural finish like and color to my brows. I think I need some glitter, or I need something bright on the center of my eye. So I'm going to go into the Mercury Retrograde palette. I think I'm going to, should I go with the pink shade? Would this look good? Or this one? Yeah, I'm going to go into my Huda Beauty palette, and I'm actually going to take the shade called Super Moon with my finger, and I'm going to dab that in the center of my eye just to give a little bit more like definition to this look, and also use different textures because right now everything is really matte. So I just want to bring some, ooh, oh that's pretty. So I'm just going to put this in the center. So next I'm going to take the shade Utopia with a JH40 brush, which is a small blender brush, and I'm just going to blend that shade under my eye. And the concealer is creasing just a tiny little bit, so just maybe keep that in mind. And I'm also going to take the shade Super Moon with a JH39 brush, which is a small packing brush. I'm just going to put this in my inner corners. I'm really liking this look so far because I really would not have thought of doing this kind of look, but I really like how it turned out with the colors and the shape. Alright, so next I'm going to apply some mascara so that I can put on some false lashes. I feel like this look really calls for false lashes. So I'm just going to use my mascara from Yves Rocher. It's the Volume Vertige Mascara. And for my false lashes, because I'm not original and I need to buy some new lashes, I'm going to use this exact same lash that I've been using for every freaking single look, which are the ABH Norvina collection lashes in the style Fashion. And I really like them because they're so like fluttery and intense, but still like natural looking. So I'm going to use these. Alright, so lashes are on and I'm loving this look, let me say. But we still need to finish the complexion and I still have to do my lips. And for my blush, I really feel like this look is calling for the Fairy Blush palette because there's this really pretty coral shade from this palette. And I feel like it's really going to match the coral shade we have on our lids. So I'm going to be quite generous with this today. I really want my face to be blushy. And for my highlight, I'm going to use my Colourpop Supershock highlight in the shade You're a Catch. It looks like this. I really love it. This is such a pretty highlight, and I feel like people are not talking about this highlight enough. Like, it's so freaking intense, and they have so many shades. Like, the Supershock formula is amazing, and it's so freaking bright. Do you see this? Do you see how bright this is? Oh, it's so bright that I have to sneeze. Now my lashes are like stuck together. Great. For my lips, I'm going to use the Kosas lipstick in the shade Rose Water. I feel like this lipstick goes with freaking everything. It's so pretty. It's like a really nice neutral pink shade. So as per usual, I'm going to use my NYX Lingerie gloss in the shade Clear, and as you can see, I am already halfway through this gloss. I've been using it like crazy. And trust me, this used to be clear. All right, and last but certainly not least, we are going to set the face with a setting mist. I'm going to use the Pixie Rose Glow Mist again. I've been using this every day of my life. Well, not every day. Why am I always exaggerating? I've been using this in every single videos. Oh, that doesn't taste good. Do not open your mouth right after doing that. Oh my god, that was awful. All right, so this is it. This is the finished look. Let me say I really like it. I really wanted to follow the drawing that my friend made for me. But yeah, so this is pretty much it for today's video. If you like anything that has to do with makeup, you can subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos 3 times a week, so subscribe so that you don't miss any of my content. And be ready because this channel's quality content is going to get way better because now I have spots. The lighting is not going to change as much because I used to work with natural lighting and it was kind of a hassle. I really hope this is more enjoyable for you and that you're going to be able to see the colors way better than my old videos. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.